Welcome to Module 1. So we're going to be looking at the platform, blogging as its very own special platform. In our digital strategy course, I think I just said, we consider blogging its very own bucket, one of 8 digital marketing buckets or tactics that is so important it gets its very own space. It is like social media, but different. It's longer. It's got more opportunity for expertise establishment or trust and thought building. So we'll look at why that is and what it is that blogging can do for us specifically in our various industries and niches. So, what makes it so powerful? How can we build our expertise, credibility, trust, and traffic in the right ways, not the spammy kind of, quantity over quality type way, and in a way that actually seamlessly supports our other content marketing needs, like our social platforms, and why a blog sitting at the very top of the pile can do this really, really well. We'll look at how we create the SEO that we just spoke about and why, if we kind of expand and share our blog posts accordingly, we can really see them go much further and rise all tides boats at the same time. Our social platforms, our overall web traffic, and just our general reputation as a leader in our field. And then why blogging can help us so-called sell in our sleep and reach people at scale, which is so important today. So what is it? Well, at the end of the day, a blog is a website, a mini website, or maybe just a piece of your existing website that is comprised of consistent, compelling content, articles, and regularly updated posts that people can sink their teeth into, get lost in if we're really doing a great job. Unlike other publications and articles, blogs tend to take on a personal note. This is a bonus. Don't be afraid here. We're seeing this more and more, that even in the biggest, most well-established corporate entities down to, solopreneurships, people are infusing more personality and, individual values and ideas and straight up signing their name to it than we've ever seen before. And this is really cool. And there's a reason for it. 2021 sees us all wanting a little bit more humanity in our marketing and in our relationships and in the brands and services that we buy from or the people that we engage with. So don't be afraid of that, and let's think about ways that we can infuse a little bit more of a personal tone as we go. By the numbers, we know that 82% of businesses admit that blogging is crucial to their business. These are both companies that have been doing it for a long time and those that are just getting going with it. You have not missed the boat here. There are more blogs starting all the time and of course falling off all the time as well, which is why we're going to talk about how consistency is key, and again, quality over quantity. But second point, companies who post consistent blog posts have an average of 55% more web traffic than those who do not. And if we're thinking about our A1 goal, which for most of us should be driving people to our website, the last stop in their customer journey, if we're crafting it for them and crossing our fingers that they get there, we know that a blog can absolutely serve to do this. And then they meet their goals or the objectives that we've set out, like a purchase, a phone call, an appointment booked, a subscribe, or directions sourced from our site. So if we can use a blog to do this, amen, it's worth its weight in gold. And again, it's free. So why wouldn't we? Of course, our time is money, but we're not paying to be focused or featured on a billboard or to be included in someone's Instagram feed. We are in control here. 66% of companies report blogging to be their top customer acquisition strategy. That is incredible. And we know the reasons why. If we establish our thought leadership or our values, or we build some kind of, really valuable offering or something that we're providing in our blog posts, whether it's educational or insightful or entertaining, we can generally assume that we're going to acquire some new eyeballs, leads, subscribers, etc. as a result. So really important. And then if we take off our marketing hat or our business owner hat, we put on our consumer hat, we know that we are reading blogs like crazy. We're reading articles, content, sound bites, consuming and just, voraciously eating up all the content that appears in our feeds on a regular basis, blocking and unsubscribing from that doesn't serve us, and really paying attention to that does. So ideally, we're finding a way to be the one that people can't wait to open and subscribe to and come back for more. So a few more kind of established thoughts here on why blogging is so powerful. It allows us to so-called introduce ourselves and establish ourselves in the world and online, but within our industry in particular. So that the first WordPress blog that you're prompted to write, hello world. Yes, exactly. Hello. Hi. This is who we are. This is what we stand for. But more than that, here's how we're going to covertly express the ways in which we're going to serve you, because we know you and we want you to believe us and like us and trust us, but also we know your deepest desires or your greatest fears. And we are going to cleverly find a way, without assuming we're all, the greatest writers on the planet, we're going to find a way to address those in a not so overt fashion of pushing our products on you, but addressing your needs through the written word and developing affinity and trust and hopefully your business as a result. So we're building our personality online, and then we're magnetizing just the right people to us. And beyond personality, it's our values, it's our voice, our tone. And again, it's what we stand for as a company and as a brand. And we're going to attract those that we should be attracting. We're not trying to speak to everyone. Remember, you confuse people, you lose people. And if you're speaking to everyone, you're actually speaking to no one. So the first thing we do is establish who that target audience is, what their pain points and desires are, and then go in and speak to those things really, really well with a bit of careful planning, strategy, and then execution. Education and empowerment. So if we're sharing our knowledge really, really well, and we're going beyond just the surface level promotional garbage that so many companies are stuck with, or that we see the moment we turn on our TV or radio, it's advertising, advertising, push, push, push. We're going below the surface and we're connecting on an emotional level, either through, again, educating someone towards something or empowering them to do something. And we're doing the same for ourselves too. We're actually figuring out a way to empower ourselves with the tools to connect and magnetize and convert like never before. How does this work? Well, people want info. We are just living to be served the next answer to our problems, or, the next company that we want to buy from, or dentist that we need to visit. And trust has never been more important in that decision-making process for consumers of all stripes. We need them to feel connected to us. We need them to feel like they know us and like us, and then hopefully creating a relationship with them that can last a long time. We're growing our traffic, our list, and our reach. So beyond just getting people to our website and building traffic, we are ideally creating long-term connections with people by getting them to subscribe to our email list when they get there. And if we don't have an email list yet, which hopefully we do, and hopefully you've learned something from our email marketing lab where we talk about this as a really important piece of owned marketing, or it's an owned channel, that beautiful list of people that have actually opted in and asked to hear from us with our marketing kind of content that doesn't happen anywhere else. This is how we can share our blog content. We can include little snippets or shortcuts to our blog posts in our weekly or monthly e-newsletter. And again, we're just driving people back there. We're getting them off of social or out of their inbox over to our website to get lost in that beautiful new compelling content. And of course, if they share it, or we're able to cross-post those blog posts on social and on LinkedIn articles and in our videos and lives, we are really expanding the reach of that blog, and all kind of systems are operating in cohesive connection with each other. So at the end of the day, we're using our blog to drive people to our site, not someone else's. When we're looking at our social content, which is sure one of the lower tiers of the content that, as we refer to them, because it's just not, the social feeds aren't as rich or deep for the most part. We're talking about sound bites and captions. We are using our blog as the rich content that creates that social content, or at least half of it. And we're not anymore linking back to that newsfeed article or that BuzzFeed post. we're driving them to our site instead and keeping them there for as long as we possibly can. We're establishing ourselves as experts, industry know-how. We're showing that we are worth our weight and that we know what we're talking about and we're worth doing business with. And it's not just that fluffy kind of, entertainment or surface level stuff, the cat meme or the joke about the dentist. No, you're showing that you actually know what you're talking about. And we can do that on blogging and kind of video content really, really well, and maybe use our, lives or our Instagram stories or our social content for some of that fluffier, lighter, surface level stuff. So when we establish our expertise, we go beyond just being out there and having reach and actually creating loyalty and conversions. And it's really, really important to have some kind of channel that does this, and blogging is the easiest way. We spoke a little bit about that scalability and how we're all aiming to sell in our sleep. Isn't that the goal? And when it comes to a business blog, a little bit of legwork can go a long way. And that legwork is just the careful strategy and strategizing that I mentioned, and then execution on a regular basis. And if you commit to a year of blogging or some really rich content on a consistent basis, you will start to see this happen. And the beauty, again, of digital marketing is its scalability in the sense that you can write one post or respond to one Google review or create an IGTV video, and tens of thousands, if not millions of people can see it. And they may not be commenting on it or directly receiving it, but seeing it somewhere, somehow, or voyeuring on your comments on someone else's posts and understanding or getting to know you as a result. And this is brilliant scalability of content of all forms, but in particular blogs, which can go really far if they are worth their weight and worth the read and the share. So we're addressing our topics in depth. We're answering those questions and queries that we know our target audience has or that we've been asked for years. We're going to pull a lot of these questions out of you in our content development exercises here. And of course, we're then building all of these beautiful things, our SEO, our searchability, yes, but just the rankings across our many pages, not just our parent website, but it's going to raise all the different platforms that we're a part of if we make them all really rich and well trafficked, and thus our domain authority as well. All of them rising and all of them done for free if we can swing it all in-house. We're flexing our creativity. So what does a blog allow us to do? Well, maybe video or live streaming or podcasting is not our thing. On the fly content, not for me. But if I have time to and am given the opportunity to develop my thoughts into written word or a longer form piece, brilliant. I feel really comfortably able to establish my thoughts and do that maybe in batch writing sessions once a month where I write 4 blogs, or once a quarter over the weekend and I get 10 out of the way in one shot. Amazing. We are now able to be creative and go richer and deeper and below the surface without having to stand up and, create video content or other ones that maybe aren't for us. So we're supporting our social media goals, all of our other content platforms, and we're doing it with this really neat thing that we call the Keystone Content, or tier 1, top of the pile. And it's a longer form, richer post because of the ideas that are more developed than they are in a caption again or a social post, and it can really serve us well for the rest of our content needs. How do we do it? Well, the process that we get into later in this lab is called the nicer method of content creation, which Social School absolutely loves and subscribes to. But what we're talking about really is a process that involves brainstorming, then the creation and curation of that content, the editing, scheduling and automation, and then the promotion or iteration that allows us to make sure that it's seen and performing really, really well. So next, we're going to look at people and purpose and go a little bit further into this lovely platform that is blogging, and I will see you there.